Hello. Now, the Sidemen holiday in Asia is finally here and finally upon us. It's finally been released. And it has gone down very well so far, amidst a few other things people have commented on. But regardless, it'll be quite nice to do like a little Q&A type video where I've posted on YouTube just to give me some like comments or replies with some questions about like the planning process and the video itself, and hopefully I can answer them and give you guys some more clarity on kind of like just the process as a whole of making these kind of videos. So we start off with, is that Craxon? I said, how long of a process is planning this type of video and these types of videos in general? Oh, it varies because sometimes videos, depends how far ahead they're put in the calendar. A good example being, we did cheap versus expensive in Ibiza, and that video was 7 days planning, 7 days edit, because it was very last minute. And I don't know why we decided to do a holiday that close to the, I don't know why we did it such a quick turnaround, I don't know. I think in a meeting we said, oh, we've not done a cheap versus expensive in a while, we should do one. And then it just came to fruition that, you know what, we can do it. And I said to the boys, yeah, you know what, I can do 7 days, that's fine, and make it work. And that video was unreal, to be fair. So 7 days planning, that was really good. This one had been in the calendar for some time. We were supposed to go to Asia like last year sometime, but it fell during the water festival in, I don't know what it's actually called, there's an official name for it. But there's a festival in Thailand where there's like water balloons everywhere and there's water guns and there's like a massive festival. It actually looks sick. But we was advised to not go during that time because it would not be good for cameras, of course. Like your camera would get soaked and it would probably destroy stuff. So we didn't want to take the risk on it. And I think something else came up. You know what? Maybe it's not the best time to go. So this one finally got put in. So I think, sorry, I've like gone tangent a little bit, but I think this one was like, I want to say 5-6 weeks of planning. And obviously that's not like everyday planning. So the same process, you're planning like 5 videos at the same time. It's just there'll be calls from like 6 to 8 weeks prior where you start going through finding activities you can do, finding things like that. And put in the structure in place. So obviously then the closer you get to the time, you put it all together properly because things change so quickly, which I'll get onto later in this video. Yolkian Deji, yes, we just said, why decide Bangkok as a location for Asia edition? Obviously Harry gets sent to Kazakhstan. Why Harry? Why Kazakhstan? I think it was put in, like, I think we just want to go Asia anyway. Like obviously at some point we need to do the Caribbean, we need to do Africa, we need to do South America, we need to do Australia, and we need to do, I guess, North America again. Did I cover most continents there? I think I did. And Europe again, I guess. But we've done Europe so much. So I think we just tried to find a place. We've done Japan in a video before. And I think culturally, it's a lot more quiet there. And I think the contrast in what you can, I guess there's crazy stuff in Japan you can do. But I think their culture is very respectful. And I think it would be disrespectful a lot of times for us to go and do some crazy stuff in Japan. Especially if it involves being loud or like getting drunk or whatever. So I think we went for like, Bangkok being like a popular tourist destination where it's quite universally known, people go there. I think we looked at other places as well. I think we looked at going to maybe like Vietnam. I looked at Indonesia, I looked at Philippines. I was just trying to find what could we do in like a 3-4, I think it's a 3-day trip and get 2 videos out of and what works the best. So I think we just landed in Bangkok because it was easiest for flights, it was easiest for location, it was easiest for language. And it was like a good like taster for our first Asia edition. So imagine if we do it again now in the future, we'd go somewhere else that'd be a bit more advanced. And we've got audience in Thailand, we've got audience in Singapore, audience in Philippines, audience in Indonesia, to be fair. So at some point we should need to go to those countries. So yeah, that was there's not really a real reason. There's no like, other than the fact that it had a good contrast of stuff. Like it's a mega city with lots of like cheaper stuff and lots of expensive stuff. Why don't you go to south of Thailand? This is from Manu. When you go south of Thailand, what all the surrounding islands are, a great piece of content, and also how do you decide the bad team experiences? They were so random, bruv. By the way, I'm from India, and I absolutely loved that video. Home for a home video in India someday. Again, that'd be really cool. I know Jay's done India, and Vic's done India, right? So it'd be cool for the rest of us to do it as well. The reason I didn't go south of Thailand is purely on the basis of time. Ideal scenario, the good team was on an island somewhere. Like you'd fly them out of Bangkok instantly. Like, we landed in Bangkok, filmed in 5 minutes. Ideal scenario is probably land, maybe do a night in Bangkok, and the next morning they do a flight to like, what islands are like Krabi and stuff. Like you'd find an island they could fly to and have like a sick beach experience the next day. But because it was like a 3-day trip with 2 videos, so you're not seeing the second video yet, but basically we landed, did the intro of me at the airport and the boys is within 10 minutes of us landing and getting through security. Go straight into filming that night, film the whole next day. We end like 8 p.m. From 8 p.m, we start the process of the next video. So it's very like full-on trip because of time. Because like this, that's the main key issue, is that Sidemen schedule's crazy. Obviously, everyone's doing their own things. Everyone's got different things in their calendar, whether it's being like parents in Sidemen. You have Jay's doing crazy stuff with his channel right now and been killing it. Vic's doing DJ stuff around the world. Vic was going to Lalan's wedding and going to Australia for 3 weeks after Thailand. We got Big Wedge, and that's like just a minutiae of things we have in our calendar, of course. So you have to try and find 3 days or 4 days that work for everyone. They can all go at the same time, and they can be as efficient as possible. So that was why it wasn't south of Thailand in the most roundabout way, because it wasn't time. Realistically, it wouldn't have been. I could have done an island part, but they'd have been there for 2 hours or 3 hours and then flown back, which I think would have frustrated them more than helped them. I don't know. Looking back on it, I think, yeah, maybe it'd been great to have a contrast. I do agree. Or if anything, maybe it gives us an opening to do Thailand again and do an island one instead, which I think would be just as good. How do you guys pick the teams? That's one of the main comments on this video. Because obviously Vic had the unfortunate experience of being on the bad team again. For this video, because it was in such close proximity to the charity match, we all agreed as a friend group, as the boys, we'll do the teams to be Sidemen and YouTube All Stars, because it made the most sense, and it allows us to like kind of, obviously we divided, right? For the first time ever we divided, so like, you know what, let's lean into it. We'll divide the week before, just so it kind of creates that, not narrative, but it just creates that divide for the audience straight away. So this one is as simple as a wheel got spun, which was like what each team was going to be on, which is good team, bad team, Sidemen FC, YouTube All Stars. Wheel get spun. I didn't even spin the wheel this time. It was spun by our producers, and they just told me, by the way, these are the teams. That's why I said to Vic outside the hostel, like, like when I saw the wheel, I just felt so bad. But the main thing we've always done, like typically for these videos, we have I would do the wheel, I would spin it on an app, and OG videos, I have all the screen recordings for the boys as well, because I used to say, like, I want you to understand that I'll always do this because it's the fairest way, and I don't want to deviate from that. So normally I'd have a wheel of all the boys' names, and I would say, right, the next 3 people are the good team. Or sometimes I would go good team, bad team, good team, bad team. But I'd indicate prior to like our producers, I would say, okay, right, so we're gonna go good team, bad team, good team, bad team. I'm gonna go good, 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 bad, bad, bad. Or I'm gonna go bad, 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 good, good, good. Spin the wheel, okay, like Ethan comes out. It's okay, he's a good team. All right, next one. That's how I normally do it. And I don't want to deviate from that because it's the fairest way. Because imagine like you start putting people on certain teams. So let's say I switched teams this time round because I know Vic's been on 6 in a row or 5 in a row. I'll switch it around. This just seems unfair on the other boys, but also it's unfair because Vic's had bad experiences back to back to back. But I think the fairest way is to keep it random. People obviously seem to believe it's not random anymore, but it is still random and will always be random unless we've clearly said otherwise. Sometimes maybe there's some smaller videos. Anything holiday and road trips are always random, sorry. Where like sometimes it's like mukbang or something. Sometimes they might just be not random because it's easier, or if it's split in teams, sometimes it works. Like we've had videos before where maybe we've gone to like a foreign country and then one team stayed in the UK, and that might have been calendar based. But that's only happened like once or twice ever. I think like the Christmas video 2-3 years ago where we actually said, all right, you 3 are a good team, we're a bad team, and that's fine because based on calendar. But anything big like holidays and road trips will always, always, always be random. Whether I host it, whether Toby hosts it, whether Simon hosts it, it will always be random. Is it true that Simon and JJ guarantees to be on a good team because they complain throughout the whole video otherwise? That's a weird narrative that I saw a lot. JJ, for one, like was on the bad team in the last IB for one. And he was unreal. I think it was one of his best performances ever in a video. And he was on the bad team the whole time. That's where he's like dancing with all the people in the camp, and he's in a hippie camp and he gets fully involved. I think that was unreal from him. Simon, the same. Simon's literally on the bad team in our most viewed holiday video ever. And he was unreal that whole video. So I don't know why that narrative was spun for these guys, because that isn't the case. Of course, like people will complain, but a lot of the times the complaining is content, right? So I don't think, I'm never going to just go, oh yeah, you know what? They're always going to be on the good team because they complain. Imagine that was the case. Like the boys would just get at me. Like, why would they agree to be on the bad team? They'd have to be in on the knowledge. That's not the case. Simply as. Maybe you're a newer viewer and maybe you've not seen like the kind of lore of all the Sidemen holidays. There was a period of time where Ethan never got the good team ever, and it was the same kind of narrative of like, when's Ethan finally gonna get the good team? And it was celebrated massively when he finally got the good team again. And now in like the Vic bad era, where I think like the past 4 maybe or 5 have been Vic on the bad team, albeit some swaps here and there. So when he finally gets the good team, obviously it'd be a sick moment. And obviously if I'm hosting it, because there's a nice narrative there, I'll lean into that narrative some more, and he'll get like special treatment or something, you know what I mean? So hopefully his time will come. There are plenty more cheap versus expensives coming, so hopefully his time will come. Remember, probability has no memory. One of Vic's favourite sayings, he used to tell me that at the casino back in the day when we took a casino and spend our 40 quid at a casino. It's been a rule once. As soon as you do it again, that probability has been reset every time. Anyway, next question. So what was in mind for the good, bad experience be if the teams were swapped? Since you mentioned you rolled first and decided the holiday. I had nothing else in planned yet. So as always, the first call regarding the holiday will be doing the teams. From there, you then know, okay, right, I've got Ethan, Simon, JJ. I've got Harry, Toby, Vic. How do you cater to these people and find their best interests? So like sometimes you might avoid certain activities because you know, okay, they don't really like that activity. It's not really fun for them. And other times you may lean into it because they do like that activity. So you kind of just, there's nothing planned until you've done the teams. And that's the way I always do it. I think it's the best way to get the best result out of the holiday, to be honest. Jamie said, are there some instances where having certain people on the cheap bad teams makes it logistically very difficult? Like accommodation in very touristy areas that isn't private, has some good security. If so, do you push on regardless, or do you make the decision that it would be unsafe for them to the cheap team? Oh, it's the same kind of vibe. I guess you should be like JJ being like most famous. No. Basically, if JJ's on the bad team, like I said, I would cater the team to it, right? So let's say it's JJ, Simon, and Harry. So let's say you have like those three as like the most famous team or whatever. From there, you could try and like make sure that you've got more security for one, or you might make sure that you put them in a place that you know is a bit more protected. Or it's like a private place, but it's also very bad still. Or vice versa. You basically just work it out. That's the kind of what's kind of like FITFO. Figure it the fuck out is what you'd always do. That's always the vibe. Have an idea, make it happen. Just hope you can execute it. That's basically the vibe. It's never going to be, oh, you should be on the cheap team or the good team. Most questions are about the teams. So there you go. If you ever want to ask a question, it will always be random. I will cater it to them, and I will not switch someone on that basis. I always keep it fair. I think that's the fairest way to do it. Obviously, it's ruining their time or not, right? Sometimes you have a better time on the bad team. Sometimes you have a better time on the good team. But I don't want to deviate from the randomness. Nathaniel, so did the fight team offer to have you and make it about the Sidemen, or do you book and then realize and make you guys the stars? As always, we will contact every place we're going to. Obviously, after filming first off. See how they are with filming, because a lot of places don't like filming at all. Sometimes they hate filming, then you say, oh, but it's the Sidemen, and they get really excited. And they change their mind. Sometimes people welcome you with open arms and they like will sort you out. If that is the case, then typically I'll go to those places more. So with the stadium, they were very keen to anything, and they were like super helpful, and they said they'll make them have like the greatest time. So I went with it because of that reason. And everyone I spoke to said I should go to the stadium. So I was like, oh, well, that stadium's been really nice actually. So there you go. Did you know JJ was going to be allowed to be the corner man for the Muay Thai fighter? No, I think it was like mentioned that they'd like I said, that they've been very helpful. It was mentioned they'd be open to doing whatever. So I guess it was always on the cards. Luckily, the guy was there and just said, do you want to do it? And JJ was at the right time, right place. Was a legacy boat booked on purpose because of JJ or just a coincidence? It's one of like those things where I got given 4 boats to pick from. And there was like 2 that I liked the most. Legacy, another one. And like Legacy will tip you over the edge on picking it. Like I like silly things like that sometimes, like little mini Easter eggs. I've had it before where when the first like big holiday, the European one, there was like Hotel Marbella or like Hotel something else, like Hotel Playa del Sol. And I was like, you know what? Let's just go Hotel Marbella because the other boys are in Marbella. And it's just a small, tiny Easter egg that just I like. So I just run it. So there you go. That was simply, okay, so there was 2 boats picked from and I liked the fact it was called Legacy, so we ran with it. And it had lights. That was a key thing as well, to be fair. How do you find out about stuff like the coffin ceremony and the football tennis? Oh, many ways. So obviously, I do a lot of planning anyway. So I'll like look at location, go TikTok doom scroll to hell, try and find as many things as possible. Then we'll have producers who will help me find stuff as well. And I'll get like a list of things to pick from and look at. And then we'll also have fixers. So normally we find people, the things called fixers, who are like locals of that country, and they help media companies. When like BBC go film there or whoever goes films there, there's companies set up that will basically, they'll fix things for you. So they'll go and find stuff, they'll be on the ground, they can go and talk to companies directly for you. Because some things haven't got websites, right? Like the coffin ceremony hasn't got a website. You can't go on there and book it, oh, I want to book the 1:20 PM appointment and film. That's not how it works. So you have to have people who go there and they'll go to the site, explain your filming, show them your YouTube channel. We have to speak language to the person as well in case they don't speak English or anything. They can speak local language to them. They can explain the whole situation and say, right, they're going to film. This is going to be the vibe. So yeah, fixers, producers, me. And I mean, football tennis, tack raw is obvious, really. Like Muay Thai, tack raw. I mean, there's tons of activities I would want to do. Obviously, some I couldn't get done because it wouldn't allow filming and stuff like that. But we can save those for next time. There's no issue. Yana Nunaz. So what the hell was that rave massage segment? I was as bad as the boys. Again, that's a TikTok find. I think I probably have it saved on my TikTok still. That place exists. You can go there. So if anything, that's a great advert for them, that whole segment, because it's just mental, isn't it? Like, I saw it as like the most, it was like the loudest massage you ever go to, something. It's like a little, I was looking at Bangkok and I saw that and it was unreal. We contacted them, they were unreal, and they let them have it, like booked the whole thing out. So yeah, it's unreal, realistically. That's what I can say. God knows why it is. My only regret, and I've said this since like when the edits that happened, my biggest regret is I wish that I could have my reveal there. I wish they could have found me there and I'd been one of the staff members. I think there's a much better way of me doing it, because I think lots of things, hopefully there's some questions about it, but lots of things fell through, like leading up the week up to it. And I wish that maybe I'd deviated to do this instead. And like I had rocked up, like there's that whole thing like, oh, are you ready for the next show? Or are you ready for the show to start? And I had to come out with the guys who'd had the backflip and stuff. That'd been funny, in my eyes anyway. Shappy said, do you have to improvise the lemon throw game on the helipad? Like was originally a helicopter ride planned? Amazing video. Yes. The good team second day, you'll see, like in my eyes, it's like really weak, because a myriad of things fell through. So that helipad I booked out, I'd like the location, but I booked it out for the orchestra to be up there. I was like, okay, it's a cool visual, like city backdrop, get a drone shot, orchestra playing, they conduct. And they just got there to watch an orchestra, but also conduct the orchestra. That got cancelled the day of because of the heat. It was too hot. So the orchestra had to pull out. Well, they didn't pull out. The orchestra had to say, we can't go up there because our instruments will melt, basically. And there's too many of them to like sit on the stairwell and wait. So we had to deviate on the day to find a location anywhere in Bangkok that could house an orchestra. And then that hostel said, yeah, we can do it. We like look at a hostel like foyer and then book that. There's a lot of times in videos where you might see me on the phone, like texting. It's always like saying, that's normally when something's going wrong. Like it normally gets cut out a lot, but you'll see like the times I start texting, I'm like spamming. It's because I'm being told, okay, this is gonna happen. Do you approve? Do you not approve? Like, do you want to find something better? Because sometimes obviously things go wrong. Loads of things go wrong. So yeah, that lemon throw game was very much improvised. I was like, we got this helipad, we paid for it. What can we do out there? Like, do I just take them up there and take some photos? So I was like, you know what? What if we just lean into the fact that they're all like paranoid about the team swap, and they make them throw lemons because they played lemon game the previous night. Obviously, that also indicates how it was improvised. And we'll make them eat something weird at the market, which it played out nicely, but obviously it wasn't a very good team experience, to be honest, was it? It was, I guess, a very expensive game, but very random. What was the frequency orchestra, and did they know what was going to hit them? No one was going to hit them. Yeah, they knew exactly what was going to happen. Whether they knew that JD would start screaming like that and Ethan would start dancing, probably not. I told them they was going to be conducted and just follow the boys' lead. So yeah, maybe not, maybe not to that extent of what was going to hit them. No. How many planned things did know happening in the end, and what were they? 863. Okay, so you can tell by the second day, a lot of it is quite hangover coded for the bad team, with me being missing. I mean, the good team was supposed to be quite hangover coded too. They was going to go to the Bua Sky Tower, which is where obviously the hangover staircase shot is filmed. It's quite a popular place to go. That fell through on the week of, just because of filming, and like you can get techie, like getting permission to get filming up there. You have to get like anything. You have to, because of our size, a lot of times we have to get a lot of permits to film in certain places, and that one didn't get put through in time. At one point they were going to be there the night before, so when the good team was at a Sky Bar, it was going to be that Sky Bar, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. That was booked. That was sorted. And then I was like, you know what can make the Sky Bar better? I want to do a fireworks show while they're up there, or even better, let's do a drone show up there. And this is like the week of, and I'm like, okay, so in my head, I'm thinking, right, they're going to Hangover Sky Bar. They're going to go get a drone show above them. It's gonna say Sidemen logo in the middle of the city. I'm like, this is unreal. Like I've cooked here. And then obviously find out like 4 days before, like, oh yeah, you know what? You can't do the drone show. It's not allowed. And actually, we can't get the permit sorted for the hangover bar. So that can't happen. So you got to try and find a new Sky bar within like 5 days notice. So that's kind of things. That's kind of examples of things that didn't happen. Well, there was a few things. There was quite a fair few things to the good team that didn't end up happening because we explored so many different options. I know Chelsea were there similar time to us. Well, I say Chelsea, some ex-Chelsea players going to be there, and I was going to try and do like a contrast where maybe the bad team do something football based and the good teams do something football based with the Chelsea players. What else was there? Like the main thing was, I think the main thing was like losing the Hangover Sky Bar and the drone show and stuff, and trying to lean into more Hangover stuff about completely copying the Hangover. But I like the idea of like it being like a nod of a hat to Hangover, where like I've gone missing for the whole day, and then the good team are with me the whole day doing Hangover based stuff or Hangover locations. I'd have to go through documents because there's so many activities where like I greenlit them, wanted to do them, and then they got come back and said, oh, you can't film, they won't allow filming, or they're going to charge X amount, which was crazy amounts and stuff. So yeah, obviously there's many things you could do to improve the video, and many activities that would have made it better, which we had in mind, but you just have to work with what you get every time, and that's kind of how it goes. How long did the edit take and how many editors were involved? Edit was actually quite long because we've been really good this year, and we've been like ahead of schedule. We're ahead in advance, trying to give the editors more time to edit videos, make the videos better and stronger. So I think they had like a good 4 or 5 weeks easily on the edit. It's not like they're editing the whole time. There'll be someone who does a line cut. There'll be someone who then goes through and like chops down further. So our whole editing team will have eyes over it. How many editors there would be on it? I don't know. Like normally videos get assigned to different editors. So I think this one was taken by one of our editors called Will, and Tommy worked on it as well. I don't miss people's names out, so I shouldn't name people really. But they're the two that I dealt with the most with regards to the edit. And then I'll get version 0, version 1, version 2, version 3, version 4, and we'll go through it, and I can do notes every time. And different people in the team will do notes as well. And you'll try and cut it down. So the first one's always gonna be longer, and you're trying to get it down to a point where it's long enough, but not too long. Yeah, all in all, I think the edit was unreal. And luckily, they're getting a lot of credits in the comments, which is nice to see. You have to remember, like, people like slave away working for us, like hours and hours on end, and like put a lot of life and heart and soul into videos. So when there's lots of comments about positive things about they've done, that's really big for them. That's like a big pat on the back for them, and that's like validation for their hard work. So if you ever do see a video and you like notice anything really cool, whether it be like sick thumbnail, or it be like a good edit, good music, good anything, feel free to comment that on the video, because they'll definitely check it and they'll definitely see it and it'll put a smile on their face. Obviously I can say, yeah, great job to them guys, to the guys, but I think people saying it in the comments will make them feel so much more validated, and it gives them like, you know, a little buzz, a little boost, opposed to being like, oh, fucking videos poo, Vic's on the bad team, not watching. You know, that that doesn't help them or anyone. Was there ever discussion about doing a team swap? Yeah, of course, always is. But this one just wasn't the right video for it, because the teams are kind of like pre-locked, pre-allocated because of the Sidemen FC and YouTube All Stars vibe. And I think even Ethan, Simon, and JJ referenced it on the boat. It would be not silly, but it would be less impactful if there was a team swap on this one. If you swap one player, it'd be like nonsensical, because then it's not Sidemen FC and YouTube All Stars. And if you was to swap the whole teams, then both teams had like an average time, and it kind of like, I don't know, it kind of makes it a bit, yeah. Immy, looking back at the video and experience itself, what are some things you wish you had changed or tweaked? There will always be a lot of things you want to change or tweak. Like lots of things you can't change, like things change on your behalf. I guess like the bad team, the first night went wrong, realistically, because we was already running behind schedule slightly. The boys got to hostel, and then we decided to go to a restaurant. It was very, like, literally like 2 doors down from our hostel. So you know what? Let's eat here, get proper food in us, so we have a good night. We should have just gone like fast food, got like pizzas or burgers or something, because that food took an hour and a half. That hour and a half delayed everything. So I had a set time. That Muay Thai fight at the Pink Panther Club was at 10:30 p.m. It was a set time, had to be there by. I hired all these extras to be with us until 10:15, and because that restaurant took so long to give us food and get served food, the actual original plan was to have a pub crawl with these randoms. So there'll be like a 10-bar pub crawl down Khalsan Road, and then we'd go from the end of Khalsan Road to Pink Panther, do the Muay Thai fight, and then come back to Khalsan Road. What ended up happening was food took so long, we end up walking with randoms for no reason down to our pickup spot and then leaving them. So yeah, things will always just go wrong that you can't control. You can plan as much as you want down to a minute, like down to every minute, but something will always change. Whether it be traffic jams, whether that be like someone not being there on time, whether that be like food not arriving. There's so many things. So I would have changed that not going wrong. So I think that'd have made the first night better and stronger. I'd love to have extended the night scene for the good team and the bad team. But the biggest issue of like a lot of things is just music. You like in Bangkok, it's a mega city, and a lot of the expensive stuff involves like big nightclubs, like crazy. They got super clubs out there in Asia. Loads of sky bars are unreal. So many unreal sky bars, but they all just play music. And of course, if there's music playing, you can't use it, because if it's playing in the background, it gets picked up by the content ID thing of YouTube, and then that label will claim all the money for that video. So you won't earn anything on the video, which obviously we can't really afford to do. A bit of a strange system, but it exists. It protects music labels and artists, but obviously it could be tweaked, maybe the system at some point in the near future. I'd happily split revenue with labels if we can use their music. See, that made the good team, like finding good activities for them, harder, because a lot of stuff involved like music. And ultimately, Bangkok isn't a mega expensive city outside of like obviously the crazy luxury hotels and super clubs. A lot of like great activities don't cost much money. So yeah, all in all, like I think it's not like set things I would change or tweak. I just wanted to make it better. I'd always like, but even any video I've ever made, I'd always go, okay, I wish I did this. I wish I did this. I wish this had worked for us. I wish I'd improved this. I think that's a good attitude to have anyway. Like you can look back at it and go, you know what? Yeah, it's decent. And next time I want to improve it by doing this. There we go. That's that one. I've waffled so much. Sorry. Caleb says, do you feel bad for Vic? Of course, but in the same vein, like if you watch the video outside of the first 30 minutes of him getting on the bad team, he has a good time. And as I always say, and we always say, sometimes as much as the bad team is called the bad team, sometimes it's the best experience and the best memories. And Vic will get his time, and I'll make sure that when Vic does get his time, when it finally happens again, it'll be a great time. And he'll be treated well and living like a king for that whole video. So hopefully, fingers crossed for his sake, the next time it happens. But just know, if you watch the next Cheap Vs Expensive and he's on the bad team, just know a wheel was spun, it was picked at random, and I sat there in the corner and went, fuck. I wish I could change it, but I'm not going to. And I'll just plan around it. But I think that's the last question for today. If you have any more questions, by all means, you can leave some comments down below. Maybe I can answer them in the comments. Who knows? But yeah, if you've not watched it, please go watch it. If you've not liked it, please leave a like on it. That's on the video and Sidemen channel, please. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Goodbye.